Alrighty then, so I was meant to bring my camera down the street with me today, but I sort of didn't have enough time to, so I'm just going to try filming this with my iPhone 12 Pro Max, so we'll see how that goes. If you couldn't already tell by the sound of the waves, the wind has already picked up quite a bit. My favourite cafe used to be down here, but it's closed now, unfortunately. The cafe was there for quite a few years, but it's closed now, and they sort of moved down the road. The sad thing about my hometown is that businesses will open for like 6 months and then close like permanently, and it's been that way for like a decade, probably more than that actually. But cafes are pretty sure things here. Like if you open a cafe, chances are it's gonna stay around for the long haul, but like little boutiques and retailers, they just close. I just realized that me showing all these like sad, lonely shots of the town makes it seem really bleak. And I mean, that's like any coastal town in the wintertime in Australia, especially in Victoria. Nobody travels to coastal Victoria in the wintertime. I mean, except like budget conscious people, I guess, just because there's so much accommodation available. But as it is right now, you know, it's pretty quiet here. I guess one of the things that they don't tell you about Australia on the TV, especially if you're somewhere else in the world watching this, is that like the more southern areas of Australia get quite cold, and once winter rolls around, you know, tourism pretty much dries up, at least in our little towns along here. And when that happens, nobody covers that. Nobody tells anybody that. Nobody shares that sort of stuff on the TV or on the internet or whatever. You know, because when you see Australia, when you picture it in your head, you know, you're picturing maybe dangerous creatures, definitely dangerous creatures, but you know, you're picturing sun, beaches, sand, blonde-haired people, you know, things like that. But the reality of it is, you know, obviously they've got to market it to you somehow. It's the same with anything in life, you know, it's all about marketing. Here's so you can have barbecues out in public, you know, gather your family and some friends, have a public barbecue. When I was a child, there used to be a mini golf course here, but it's not here anymore.
So what's it value? They cover it for $5,000. Yeah. It works out at two insurance that requires a signature, which charges at $295. So it's going to cost you $141. Yeah.
That wouldn't cover insurance, I'm sure.
No.
It wouldn't be Australia without extensive advertisements of alcohol and alcoholic beverages. just a casual alleyway. I had to tie up my hair because the wind kept blowing my hair into my face. So that's like one of the most annoying things about having long hair, is the fact that the wind just makes an absolute mess of you.
Welcome to Tradies, what would you like?
Can I have a standard cappuccino, 2 sugars, extra hot, thanks.
Anything else?
Yep.
Could I have a large almond milk latte, please? Thank you.
Yeah, anything else?
No, that'd be fine, thanks.
Drive down, guys.
Ta-da. You're right.
That's almond.
Thanks very much.
Have a good day, guys.
Same to you.
So I went into that store pretty much solely to buy leather boots, and the boots that I was actually looking at weren't leather. So it's almost like, what's the point? They're just gonna fall apart, you know? Well, apart from a few phone calls I've got to make, I think that's everything for the day. I mean, I don't have to go into town for anything else. You know, I'm not selling anything else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm all good for the day. I can just sort of relax. I mean, apart from the phone calls I've got to make. It's just sort of a quiet Wednesday, you know? It's not very often I have Wednesday off, so I'm in this like weird position where, you know, I can do some stuff, you know, I've got to work out later. And but apart from that, you know, it's sort of open-ended. I'm sort of waiting for my girl to get back home, and after that, you know, maybe we'll hang out for a bit. There's actually a few COVID cases in Melbourne right now, and you know, we've got a trip down to Melbourne pretty soon. And hopefully we don't have to make it because, you know, I would hate to put either of us in danger just because, you know, we've got to go down to Melbourne. So the phone calls today are sort of regarding the trip. If we can sort of postpone that till it clears up a bit, I'll be pretty happy. But, you know, it's not, you know, a dire concern. You know, it's not something I've got to sort out like right this second, but I've got to sort it out pretty soon. So I better, you know, put the video aside for the moment and work on that. And apart from that, you know, today should be pretty cruisy, pretty relaxed. And yeah,